Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the official ARK podcast here with number 363. My name's Coach MT, and I'll be your host for tonight as Atlas is running behind with the daylight savings time changed over in EU there. Didn't change over for us in North America. So he will be back, of course, tomorrow. He is still hanging out here. He's just in a busy atmosphere and can't really hear him well. So me and Brett will be running today's podcast. Be a nice short one. Tomorrow we're gearing up for the big migration. Today is Tuesday, October 30th. Hope everyone's having a great Halloween weekend. I definitely had a lot of festivities going on. Went out and went to a nice party. My roommate actually was DJing up the deck, so had a good party there. Had some people over last night for Halloween too, and tomorrow, the 31st. That's when all the kids will be going around with their costumes, going around picking up all the treats. Got actually some cool little Pokemon packs that you can get these trick or treat packs over at Costco. So got some Pokemon cards to hand out to little kids. Of course, some candy too. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. Tomorrow is the big day, the 30th. We announced the time yesterday. It was 2 p.m. EST. So stay tuned for that. It is going to be tomorrow, 2 p.m. EST. Do set your alarms. I'm also going to create like a little countdown. So what we can do is just schedule the voice chat, and I'll just put a little countdown on the voice chat for the Telegram here, just so no one's confused with any daylight savings times or any time changes like that. There'll be a nice little countdown. So make sure set your alarms. Get ready, 2 p.m. EST, because that is going to be when the LSA opens for the 10 cents per ARK price towards those legacy NFTs. So get stacking your ARK. I know a lot of people have been asking me what is the best strategy. If you don't want to go underneath that 0.5%, because you are still getting more tokens when you're compounding at 1% versus the withdrawal 100% at 0.5%. So a lot of people they're doing the 56% withdrawal, 44% compound. That will get you to 0.78 CWR, skirting that line, claiming the most amount of tokens you can. Of course, if you want to go crazy, you can go under the 0.5%, but you're not going to get those compounding tokens. We don't know how long it's going to be till the liquidity runs out, so I just encourage everyone to set your alarms, be ready for tomorrow, 2 p.m. EST, and get your finger on the trigger, because we don't want anyone left behind. We do still have people buying OTC. If you don't know what that means, it just means over the counter. If you do want to sell your ARK, you don't want to migrate over to the legacy NFTs instead of swapping over on the swap. There is a lot of people in the community buying ARK for a higher price than the vault is offering right now. I think the price is sitting at 3 cents still, but some people are offering 4 to 5 cents per ARK. So if you want to do that, and if you're a little bit hesitant, you don't trust some people, of course this is DeFi. Definitely don't want to trust anyone, but I'm offering a middleman service. So if anyone wants to sell their ARK tokens, if anyone wants to buy some, reach out to me and I can help facilitate that transfer of the token. So make sure no one gets scammed, no BUSD left behind, no ARK left behind, and just make sure that transactions go smooth. So yeah, that's pretty much it from me. Make sure you guys are claiming the most amount of ARK you can out of that vault. And we'll see you all tomorrow for the big day. I'll turn it over to you, Brett, for some development updates. Hope you're doing well.
Doing great. Yeah, just to add on a couple things that you mentioned there. We are sitting at about 1 million tokens in people's wallets. So if we get in around the 125 plus K mark, we'll have more than enough. We know that not everyone's going to participate. There's a bunch of wallets that have been idle for some time and might have, a small amount of ARK, and they're not going to put it into the LSA. So just some, back of the napkin math Alex was doing this morning. We thought, a week would be, fair to say, depending on how much we can pull out of the swap contract when we finish that up tomorrow and then move that money over to the LSA balance. So we're kind of guessing, possibly a week, maybe less. Maybe a little bit more, depending on how many participants we have. But so yeah, we're looking forward to an exciting day tomorrow. It's always fun to do these kind of like little upgrade launches, whatever you want to call them. But this is a big migration plan with the idea here that we're going to be moving forward with the legacy NFT as the primary asset for the protocol, the ecosystem, sharing in all the utilities and things that we build. Today we had some great meetings. Atlas obviously got tied up a little bit this afternoon, but this morning we were hard at work talking about the new legacy NFT contracts. We sorted out a lot of little things, and Alex is going to be helping with that process. And also, we've talked about in the past moving over to Polygon ZK EVM. So that is still the plan. But we do have a couple things to still sort out with the yield boost that we mentioned in the ArkFi token migration plan. But we made some headway. We have a few different concepts that we're working out the math on. So that will be the last step in kind of finalizing the structure of those contracts, getting them written up. Luckily, we could salvage quite a bit from the current legacy NFT contract. Obviously, we're expanding the portfolio of legacy NFTs to include the copper, tin, bronze, and then also the diamond, which is going to be the 50K NFT for the big boys. So we're excited about that and seeing what that one's going to look like. So we'll be adding that. It will not be included in the LSA. Our limit on the LSA is the platinum currently, so that one won't be released until the new contracts come out on ZK EVM. So fun stuff happening in the sausage room. And then tomorrow I've got back-to-back meetings with the privacy team. So we'll have a big week of work. That's going to be a lot of my focus. Getting through the migration obviously is priority number one. And then the privacy products we'll have a full week next week. We're in the thick of things now, working really hard on the email components, but also have some meetings on the DVPN as well. So different stages based on where we are with back end versus front end versus design. Everything's happening in parallel to make it go much quicker. But then also that brings up, the fact that we have a bunch of irons in the fire and a lot of different conversations happening at once. So we have project managers and people helping with that, but very demanding from just a time and schedule standpoint. So I'll be very busy with that, and I'm sure Atlas will be very busy with the new Arc Lite. We had some good meetings today talking about the new structure of the business, got a nice concept laid out. We'll be talking to a few advisors in regards to how that works and the appeal. And we think it's going to be amazing. Brand new platform. No one's seen anything like this in terms of how people can participate and be part of the business opportunity. So we're pumped and putting a lot of effort and making sure that we have the right business structure, the right opportunity in place for people to benefit from it, as well as the legacy NFT holders. And what we've done is we've kind of melded the previous ArcLight concept with now the legacy NFT and making that a component in the system. We always said that was going to be the major, the major beneficiary of everything that we do. So with the shift from the ArkFi, token over to the legacy NFT, we had to take some time out and restructure and pause and make sure we got things right. And part of that is going to be some technology. It's going to be some new software. It's going to be new contracts, as well as utilizing some of the things that we've already built for ArcLight just recently. So looking forward to telling more when we have more to share, but for now, focus is going to be on migration and getting the privacy products out to everybody in Q1 2024. So stay tuned. That's about it for me. Any other comments or questions, Mistletoe, on the event tomorrow? Sounds like we got a really solid plan. 2 p.m. Eastern. Everybody consolidate, have everything ready to go. We do think there'll be, I would say at least 50% of the LSA account is going to get allocated into people's individual LSA accounts. Sorry, the LSA balance that you see there. I'm sure we'll have around 130K. If you're not out of the foundation, we do see a fair balance in the foundation. That will be disappearing tomorrow as well. So I know some people are pushing it to the limit because they want to capture some more rewards. But I'm not sure, if the extra 50 cents or whatever you might get in rewards is worth hanging out and taking the chance that that's going to be discontinued tomorrow, along with the swap contract. You will not be able to get out of the foundation. So please take out those funds, and you can either put them as BUSD into the LSA, or do with whatever you like. Put them into an ARK card or a Terra card. Go out and spend it. Have some fun. But yeah, last warning on the foundation as well as the swap. If you have any ArkFi tokens you want to sell, get those done before tomorrow. Be my advice, so that we don't end up with people that wanted to sell but got stuck. Obviously, the OTC opportunity will probably still be there once the swap is closed. It sounds like enough people want to gobble up those extra tokens laying around and utilize those at the 10-cent price. And for those people that missed the swap or are unable to participate in the LSA for whatever reason, they can go ahead and sell those to an individual. Obviously, they'll be worthless if you wanted to sell them previously, so taking the risk to sell them to somebody else is probably pretty low at that point. So yeah, good to see that there's a strong demand for the token still, and people are ready and willing to participate in the LSA and all of the future stuff we're going to build. So that's great to see. Feels good, and excited about tomorrow.
Me too. I can't wait. Putting all my ARK in there, so it's going to be an exciting time, and I'm definitely just curious to see how quick it goes, or how long it lasts, I should say. Be interesting.
Yeah,
to
like
see,
I said, I think there's just a lot of abandoned ARK that are just sort of sitting in wallets. People that walked away from the vault a while ago, and we're seeing those in the numbers, but maybe that's 25%, 30% of people that have just kind of disappeared. Don't even know what's going on. May come back in a month and go, hey, what happened? I don't know, but it could be 5-10 ARK in a wallet just sitting there, and not much to do with it, and those people may not be even aware of what's going on. So I think that'll could be 15, 20, up to 30%. We don't know. But there are about 1 million sitting in wallets. So it could go, relatively quick, but we're going to have some extra reserves coming over from the swap as well as the foundation to bump that LSA balance up above the 100K mark where it is now. And we're sitting around 30K. I think we just dipped below 30K in the swap. So I think I had estimated around 25K. But we're going to have more than that, it looks like, unless the next 24 hours people just start to sell. But with that OTC offer out there, maybe, I think that might take some pressure off too on the swap side. And then we'll have, just based on the vault account still continuing, people will still be stacking in their wallets and putting into the LSA until it's gone. So that extra 25, 30,000, whatever it might be in there above the 100K that might be gone relatively quick will still stick around as people earn out additional ArkFi tokens in their vault and are able to put them in the LSA. So yeah, no way of knowing, but we'll probably get a pretty good idea after the first 24 hours. Once every time zone has had a shot at it, we'll be able to see what the LSA balance is and how many tokens are remaining, and then have kind of a general idea. It's going to be 3 days, 5 days, 7 days, 10 days, 2 weeks max, I would say. But I think we'll get it done quicker than that.
I'm thinking so too. But only time will tell. So we'll find out tomorrow. I do also
Sounds
just
good.
want to highlight the Medium article that Catalyst shared. I will post it right now after the podcast here in the announcements channel. But do be sure to read through it. Scroll all the way to the bottom. It is all the important information you need for tomorrow. All the times, the dates, all the information. If you haven't read the migration document, this is definitely your time to do so today. Don't miss out. And so also make sure you go all the way to the bottom, clap it up 50 times, many times you can, and drop a comment too. So yeah, just wanted to highlight that. Shout out to you, Catalyst, always dropping the alpha over on the Medium articles over on our ARK page.
Yeah,
thank you, sir.
Yeah, thanks, buddy. Yeah, I was the first clapper.
Oh, let's go.
He always, it's not fair because he always gives them to me ahead of time to take a look at. So
the first clap. Let's go. All right. Well, I think that is it for today, unless anyone had any burning questions.
Yeah, I do. Will there
Of
be
course.
a reserve button for the 10 copper and bronze? So that we
There's
just
not
hit the
going
button to get the one we want.
to, it won't be minted until the new legacy NFT contracts are deployed. So
Yeah, but when we
what
go
you
in the LSA, will there be a button just say to reserve or whatever?
No, you'll have
Reserve
to
a
make a
10
deposit
copper.
up to the value. So if you want to hit the copper value, then you would need to have 100 BUSD in the LSA account.
And that'll
So there
reserve
won't be like a
automatically.
reserve button or anything like that. And then once you have that 100 in the LSA account, when the contracts get redeployed, that's when the copper would get minted into your wallet automatically.
Right, but will it reserve automatically if I put the 100 BS, the 1,000
Yes.
ARK tokens in? Okay.
Yes. Yep. You'll automatically be eligible for the minting when the contracts are deployed, and that'll just happen automatically. And then remember, if you have a balance that's less than 100 remaining, so let's say that you put in 150 BUSD in value, then you would automatically get minted a copper, and then you would get a mint credit of 50 when the contracts redeploy.
Right, now say I put 1,350, that 13,500 tokens in. That's all I have to do, and then it'll mint the silver automatically, and then just reserve the other two automatically.
Correct. Yep. You would automatically get the silver, then you would have a balance remaining of 350, and then you would automatically get a tin and a copper in that case.
Okay. Yep, so I don't have to hit anything as soon as I deposit it.
Nope. And Alex built a cool little, on your progress bar, you can click on, there's a little expand button on there that you'll see, and it'll show you what you're anticipated to get based on how much deposit you've had in it. So if you had 350, let's say, it'll show that you're going to get a copper and a tin.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. He tried to make it as straightforward as possible.
No man left behind.
Let's go.
Hey, Brent.
Hey.
If you have a LSA account that you were trying to build, let's say I have a silver, and then the next step was going to be the gold, and how does that work when you bring in some money and you don't want to get the gold? You want to get, let's say, a copper or whatever.
I would start a new wallet in that case, but if you only put in, let's say you minted the silver already and you were working your way towards a gold, but you had a balance left over, if that balance that's left over after you minted the silver is less than 100, you would get a mint credit. If it was 100 or more, then you would be minted the next available legacy NFT once the contracts are redeployed.
Okay, so if you have let's say 100, then when it happens, you get, what's the 100 color? Copper or
copper? It's the copper. Yep.
Okay, that's one of my clients. He has a silver.
Okay. Yeah. So if he wants to put it in the LSA, if he doesn't get too confused, because it's going to show that he's working towards gold, but he'll never hit the gold if he doesn't put in 3 more thousand. So if he has a balance in that LSA of, let's say, 100 exactly, then he would get a copper when the contracts are redeployed, but no sooner.
Okay. And then if tomorrow, let's say he only had $80 there from the ARK, so we're going to move there, then he has to put another $20 in, but he can do that the next day or the next week, right?
Correct. Yep. Okay. Even if the LSA balance runs out, you'll still be able to put in BUSD to hit that threshold, for the first or second or whatever NFT you're going for.
Okay. All right. I just want to make sure that, because it said, it has a bar for the gold. I want to make sure that it works for him, Okay. I got it.
Go for the gold. Go for the gold.
He might. Okay. Thank you.
Might. Yeah, no problem.
Any other questions? We will have a Q&A session after recording, but if there's anything regarding the LSA, feel free to ask while it's on the recording. Seems like everyone is well informed. All right, well, that's wrapping up for today's podcast. We will see everyone tomorrow, not 4 p.m. at EST. Make sure you come at 2 p.m. EST for, of course, that legacy migration. So we'll see everyone tomorrow, 2 p.m. EST, 2 hours before the podcast. I will put the countdown here right after the podcast so no one gets confused. And we'll see everyone tomorrow. Good night, everyone. Take care.